Hello there, and welcome to episode 1 of Brightspace Hacks. I'm Dr. Karen Caldwell. Please call me Karen. And yes, I do wish that I had some dramatic music, but I don't. In this episode, folks, I'm going to cover 3 main Brightspace hacks. The first one is a bit of a reminder about ensuring that there's structure in your post and that structure is accessible. The second one is about removing formatting when you're taking text from Word and copying it into your Brightspace post. Last one is about hyperlinking your text. So when you connect a file or a website and you want to share that, there's a quick and dirty hack that I can show you to make it look cleaner for your reader. So let's get started with accessible structure. I want to re-emphasize how important this is. Main reason is that when you add structure to your post, you're guiding your audience. So notice how this title tells you this is the title of the page. So in Brightspace, we also want to make all of our posts accessible to as many audience members as possible, and that includes folks who use a screen reader, likely because they have vision problems. So Brightspace has this already built in its formatting bar at the very top. When you click on paragraph, you see that it has this hierarchy of headings, and then there are other elements that I actually don't know about. So what I'm going to do is share with you a little example one more time with this demo, and I've already entered information in my subject line, which should always be specific. It shouldn't be your name or week 2 post. Make your heading specific. Then, of course, we always start with an overview and a couple of topics. So let me just repeat that once your cursor is here, you just come up and click on paragraph and you tell Brightspace, this is the main title of my post. Here you have subtitles or subtopics, I guess, or subheadings would be the more accurate name for it. So topic 1, I'm going to make a heading 2, and the same with topic 2. And it really should go in order within any post. That's sort of standard practice. So let's get back to episode 1, hack number 1. And just a reminder, this is part of our rubric, so it affects your grade, but more importantly, it should be a habit for you as someone who communicates in digital worlds to make sure that all of your communication is fully understood by as many people as possible. So that's about adding structure to your post and using these built-in formatting features. Let's go to number 2, and that's about removing formatting. So many of you, based on what you have been doing before you studied with me, or by having a look at my discussion forum tips document earlier in the course, you now have the habit of writing your post in Word and then copying and pasting into Brightspace. I highly recommend you start doing that if you don't already. That way you have a copy of your content that is kept by you, whether after the course is closed and you lose access to Brightspace. So let's say you are in Microsoft Word, you've created your post, you've got beautiful headings and other formatting, but you notice that when you copy and paste it into Brightspace, it messes up your formatting. So here's a quick hack to help you make that a more seamless process, really. And what you're basically doing is using this hack to remove the formatting that Word added. So first step is to copy all of the text from Word. And I use Control A to select all the text and then Control C. And on a Mac, you just change to Command. So Command A, Command C, and you'll have all of that text. Now, step 2 is you go into Brightspace and open up your discussion forum post, for example. And before you click Command V or Control V, you pause and think, wait, I know this hack. In Windows, you're going to add this middle step, which is Shift. So instead of Control V, it's Control Shift V. And that will put all the text there, but without any formatting from Word. And then you can just add the formatting using that editing toolbar in Brightspace. If you're on a Mac, I've seen a couple of different explanations, but I think within Brightspace, as long as you do Command-Shift-V, you should be fine. So play with that. And if Command-Shift-V doesn't work, then add the Option button, which I think is kind of the equivalent of the Alt key in in Windows. So that's hack number 2, is to remove the formatting from Word and then just go in and use those editing tools within Brightspace, especially using headings to make your post accessible. So the last one is about hyperlinking text. So first I'm going to talk you through the steps, and then I'm going to do a demo for you. So by hyperlinking text, I mean, let's say this word had a hyperlink attached to it. I would just click on the word and it would take me to the website. So the first thing you're going to do is copy the website address. We also call that a URL. And you can use Control-C or Command-C, depending on what your operating system is. So now you've got that website copied, and you're going to then go into your text within Brightspace and write meaningful text that describes that website. And avoid using language like click here. That's actually not good practice. It's not clear for a screen reader, and it is kind of clunky and old school. So don't use that. Write actual meaningful text that represents where that hyperlink will take you. Step 3 is to then select all of that text that you want to become a hyperlink. So you're going to use your cursor to select the meaningful text, and now you add the hyperlink. And here's a cool little hack for you. Now that you have the text selected, you're going to click Control-K, and you'll see that a window comes up for you to enter the URL or the website address. On a Mac, it's Command-K. Then you just simply paste the URL, the website, into that little box that comes up using Control-V or Command-V. So I'm going to once again demonstrate that for you. And we'll go into our Brightspace post. And let's say in topic 1, I want to talk about performance aids. So I have this website that I want to use in this post, and I want to use this hyperlink feature. So I'll go to the website. Here it is, and I'm going to select the URL, and I use right-click C, or I could do Control-C or Command-C. So now I currently have this website address pasted, and it's in a holding pattern until I do something with it. So now I go back to Brightspace and I select the meaningful text. Notice I'm not writing click here. So here's the meaningful text, and many of you may be clicking on this button or this one up here, but you actually don't get as many options, or it's actually better to do what I'm going to share with you. So now I'm going to do Control-K, and on a Mac you would do Command-K. So this activates the hyperlinking feature. So notice what comes up automatically. It has a window for me to immediately enter that URL. So I'll use Control-V, or on a Mac, I would use Command-V. And what's helpful is it already has that text that I want to display. And I can just go down here, and I personally prefer that it open in a new window. I prefer that it take my students and anybody reading my text into a new window rather than simply taking me directly to that site in the same window on my computer. So I click Save, and there you go. You can see that that's a hyperlink. If I click on it, it opens up a new window to that site. All right. So let me go back to my handy dandy PowerPoint and just remind you that first you copy the website address, then you write meaningful text, and you avoid bogus language like click here. Then you select that text that you want to become a hyperlink, and then you activate this hyperlink function. By the way, this also works in Microsoft Word and many other apps and tools. So it's a good transferable skill for you to have as a habit. And again, you activate that with Control K or Command K, and then you simply paste in the address and click OK or save or whatever the tool asks you to do, and you are all set. So that's it, folks. Those are 3 hacks for you that I hope you will be using in your posts, especially making your structure accessible. This is a graded aspect of your rubric for all of your work. So make sure that you form that habit. And then a couple of quick and dirty ways to help you to set up your formatting and to add hyperlinking text. And that's it for now. Have a great day.